Welcome to our short Operational Excellence 101 session about goal setting using SMART goals. When defining performance measures or metrics for our organization, we need to consider the following. First, we need to have a clear objective. That means we need to be sure that everyone involved is clear on the purpose of the specific metric. Second, we need to create an operational definition of that metric. A good operational definition is very specific and descriptive, and will produce the same results no matter who is doing the measure. Third, we need to design a clear data collection procedure. For each metric, we need to document the specific methods that must be used to collect the data used for that metric. The instructions should be so specific that all individuals following them will use the same process and obtain the same results. Fourth, we need to confirm the validity of the metric. Validity refers to the extent to which a metric actually measures what it was designed to measure and also drives the desired behavior. Finally, we need to document the definition and the process to ensure standardization. Our operational definition and data collection procedure must be documented so that the metric is standardized for use throughout the entire organization. The acronym SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Specific means, goals should be straightforward and emphasize what we want to happen. Specifics help us to focus on our efforts and clearly define what we are going to do. Specific is the what, why, and how of the SMART model. What are we going to do? Use action words like organize, lead, or develop. Why is it important to do this at this time? What do we want to accomplish? How are we going to do it and by when? We need to ensure that the goals we set are specific, clear, and easy to understand. For example, instead of setting a goal to lose weight or live healthy, let's set a goal to lose 2 inches of waistline or to walk 5 miles at a challenging pace. The M stands for measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. In the broader sense, the overall goal statement is a measure of a project or major activity. If the goal is accomplished, the entire project is a success. However, there are usually several short-term or small-step measurements that can be built into the overall goal. Choose a goal with measurable progress, so you can see that change occurs. How will you see when you reach the goal? Be specific. For example, I want to read 100 pages on my own before my birthday. Shows the specific target to be measured. I want to be a good reader is not as measurable. Establish concrete criteria for measuring progress toward the attainment of the goal. When you measure your progress, it is easier to stay on track, reach your target dates, and experience a sense of accomplishment that spurs you on to the continued effort required to reach your goal. The A stands for attainable. When you identify goals that are most important to you, you begin to figure out ways to make them come true. You develop the attitudes, abilities, skills, and financial capacity to reach them. You begin seeing previously overlooked opportunities to bring yourself closer to the achievement of your goals. However, if the goals you set are too far out of your reach, you probably won't commit to doing them. Although you may start with the best of intentions, the knowledge that the goal is not achievable will most likely stop you from even giving it your best. A goal needs to stretch you slightly so you feel you can do it, and it will need real commitment from you. For example, if you aim to lose 20 pounds in 1 week, we all know that isn't achievable. But setting a goal to lose 1 pound and, when you have achieved that, aiming to lose another pound, will keep it achievable. The feeling of success that this brings helps you to remain motivated and committed. The R stands for realistic. Realistic is not the same as easy. Realistic, in this case, means it is doable. A realistic goal may push the skills and knowledge of the people working on it, but it shouldn't break or demoralize them. Devise a plan or way of getting there, and make the goal realistic. The goal needs to be realistic for you and where you are at the moment. For example, a goal of never eating sweets, cakes, or chocolate again may not be realistic for someone who really enjoys these types of foods. It may be more realistic to set a goal of eating a piece of fruit every day instead of one sweet item. You can then choose to work towards reducing the amount of sweet products gradually as and when it feels realistic for you. Be sure to set goals that you can attain with some effort. Too difficult and you set the stage for failure, but too low or too easy sends the message that you are not very capable. Set the bar high enough for a satisfying achievement and a sense of accomplishment. The T stands for timely. Set a time frame for the goal, for example, next week or in 3 months. Putting an end point on your goal gives you a clear target to work towards. If you don't set a time, the commitment is too vague. It tends not to happen because you feel you can start at any time. Without a time limit, there is no sense of urgency to start taking action now. Time needs to be measurable, attainable, and realistic. I hope you enjoyed this Operational Excellence 101 session and found it helpful. Our Operational Excellence Academy provides organizations like yours with excellent training material, e-learning courses, webinars, and high-quality online courses. Please visit our website for more information.